What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel, if you didn't know. Today's video is gonna be all about how to actually speed up your lashing time. So this is something that is super common in terms of having long lashing sessions, and it is a part of the process, unfortunately. But there are a couple tips that you can do to speed up the process and make it a little bit easier, a little bit faster for you and your client. So I'm gonna give you guys 4 tips on how to help speed up the process. Okay, so as many of us know, lashing is 100% a luxury service and it should remain that way. What that means is it does take time, it is a process, and it's not something that can just get done like that. It's not something that'll get done in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or even half an hour. It is a long process, and to be honest, it's more supposed to be like a spa-like experience, which means you are going to be at your service for a long period of time. So that being said, even though it is a long service, there are a couple things we can do as lash artists to make the experience a little bit faster for our clients. So the first thing I want to talk about is setting up your station. Having your station set up properly is going to be a huge difference in your lashing time. I took so long to even know this or to learn this, but I mean, I feel like it comes as like common sense, but to be honest, I never actually put the organization into my lash cart or even just making sure that all my stuff was together. And to be honest, it made a huge difference. There's different types of setup that I'm talking about. The first setup is of course your lashing area. So making sure that your trays are in line, making sure you have everything at easy access, your tape, all that good stuff, just making sure it's right there for you. But the other thing is also making sure that your area where you're actually lashing is set up properly. So that means making sure that where you're actually lashing and how much movement you have is limited. So what that means is before, when I got certified, I used to lash from a jade stone. So that was like beside me, and then I would have my lashes on my hand or like on a tile, and then I would kind of go back and forth if it was on the left side and the right side and then my clients in the middle. So I didn't realize how much time was actually being taken up by moving left to right and then moving in the center, but it really does prolong your set. So little things like actually putting my strip on my hand and then switching from a jade stone to a glue ring was a huge time saver for me. It made such a difference, and I actually started to speed through my sets a lot faster. Before I continue on with the rest of this video, I do want to mention that I do offer virtual training. So if you guys are interested in getting trained by me, no matter where you are, I do offer it online. So if you guys are interested in that, you can definitely check out the link in my description and contact me through there. Okay, so tip number 2 is lashing in sequence. So I feel like this is something that isn't talked about a lot. This isn't something that is normally done or taught, but a lot of times I notice that lash trainers and technically teach their students to kind of lash in different directions, meaning lash maybe, so either you're doing one eye at a time, or if you're doing both eyes at a time, maybe you're lashing one in the center, one on the left, one in the inner corner, and you're kind of jumping back and forth. So you're filling up the lash line. But to be honest, that actually does take a bit longer sometimes. And the other downside of that is that you're not actually lashing all the lashes, because what happens is when you start filling up the lash line, those little lashes or those natural lashes that were underneath those lashes that you already put are now being lost in those lashes that you've already put on there. So there are still natural lashes in between. You just can't see them because you're filling up the lash line so much by going back and forth. But if you're lashing in sequence, what this means is that basically you start, let's say you start at the inner corner. So you would put one lash on your inner corner on your left eye, then you would jump to your right eye and put an inner corner lash on your right eye, and then go back and put a lash right beside the one that you just placed. And you would go from, let's say we start at the inner corner, you would go lash, 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 all the way to the outer corner, but you're going back and forth through lashes. Does that make sense? Like you're going from left to right, but you're going in one direction. So when you start here and you start here, you go that way. So basically the way you want the lashes to look is that if you start from, let's say you start on the left eye and you're doing the inner corner first, when you're at the center of that lash line now, all of the lashes on the right side should be lashed, and all of the lashes on the left side should be just natural lashes without extensions, ready to have lashes on them. That being said as well, it is faster to do it this way because you're kind of not jumping back and forth and guessing where there needs to be a lash, where there doesn't. You already know where you stopped and you can literally just continue on from that. So tip number 3 is actually lashing the difficult lashes first. So what that means is everybody's lash line is totally different. Everyone's texture of lashes are different. Everyone's eye shapes are different. So every person is gonna have a difficult lash in a different area. So some people will have difficult lashes in the inner corners of their lash line. Some people have difficult lashes in the outers. Some people have them in the center. It totally depends. But I find that when I can look at a lash line and be like, okay, maybe they have more curly lashes on the outer corner, or maybe they have a lot of lashes jumbled up together on the inner corner, I'll start at the more difficult area and then work from there on, because what's gonna happen is you spend enough time in the beginning, especially when you're fresh, you're ready to go, you're kind of in that mindset of like getting it done, that you actually work through it faster rather than, let's say you start at the outer corner and you're working your way into the inner corner and the inner corner is harder. By that time, you're a little bit burnt out and it will kind of be like a drag trying to finish that inner corner, and chances are it's not gonna look the best because you're not feeling it anymore and you already know it's harder. So starting at the difficult area is actually gonna make the set look better and it's gonna help you finish the set faster. Okay, and I have a bonus tip for you guys, and this is more so for volume lashing, but if you are doing volume sets, it is gonna save you a ton of time if you pre-make your lashes. This doesn't mean using pre-made fans. If you use pre-made fans, by all means, that will totally save you time as well, but that is a totally different topic for another day. But pre-making your fans is still handmade fans that you just made earlier that day or another time. That way, when you're going and lashing your client, you don't have to worry about creating the fan right then and there, and at the same time they are still customized fans that you made. So even if you have to make a couple fans in between the set handmade right then and there, that's okay. But if you have majority of the fans already made, it's gonna save you a lot of time, because at that point it almost feels like a classic set that you can just whip right through. Okay guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys learned something. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this can really help you the next time you actually start thinking about speeding up your lash sets. Like I said, I do want to emphasize the fact that it is a luxury service, so we don't want to just like let go of the quality and just speed through it, but there are little things that we can adjust that can definitely help us with the timing of our set. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye.